So if you notice, I'm still using command prompt, and that's because you know you have to get used to the use of command prompt. Anyways, so now in order for me to create a Django project, mind you, this is my main folder base underscore force underscore program, but you still need to create a Django project in itself. And so to test if um, uh, my Django has been installed, so you can do Django dash admin then dash dash version. I think it's gonna give me the version that the latest version of Django that it has installed, which is 5.1. Now the same thing, if I want to start a project in Django, I would say Django dash admin. It's a rule, like it's a rule, so don't just get um confused. It's always a rule. Anytime you want to start project, you say Django dash admin. And if you want to see the list of commands, you can actually give this. You just say dash dash help. Uh, so you can see the list of commands. You can give. Oh, so you don't need to say dash dash help. You just need to say help. So the list of commands you can actually give Django dash admin. So start project is part of it. So you would say, so what we want to do is to create a project, and so you say start project and you name the project. So it's usually a rule of thumb that if you are naming your project, you should name it after your main folder itself. So I'm going to name it base underscore first underscore program, and I'm going to give a space and I'll put a dot. I'll explain that later why. So um it's going to create you can see automatically it has created my project for me. And so we always need this manage.py to be here. That is in the main folder itself. We don't need it inside um, the project folder. We actually don't need it there for good measure and for good reason. And so because the manage.py is a file extension you would always use, right, at every point in time. Now that I've created my project, what I can now do is to say I want to run my test my web application if I've actually created a Django web app. So I would say Python or Python. Then you see this manage. So it's a manage.py is actually a Python file. So py manage.py start, oh sorry, run server. So run server is what you use to do your local deployment, or they call it development. And so you can see it has actually created my first program. So all I just need to do is just to copy this URL here, http slash slash uh, 127.0.1.0.1 then hyphen 8000. So I can just say control and click on this, and it's going to open my browser, and literally I have started my project, my Django project. It is that easy. So I think by tomorrow I'm going to do a tutorial to explain how the Django framework works. So I'll do a visual tutorials on how the Django um, framework works, I think. But till then, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful night rest.